Okay, so today we are going to do things a little bit differently. As you see, we're broadcasting and streaming in English. Actually, it's for me to practice commentary and transmission that we have in an event at the end of the month. I will extend a little bit and give some highlights about that event, what we call the eSport Peace Games. Organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the ESA, the Israel Esport Association. I will give some highlights on that. So this is the reason we are transmitting now in English. I will try to give my best to transfer all the information, commentary, and of course the race itself. So today is the first race of 2023. The official race of 2023, of course, the guys are practicing and doing their own lobbies, but today is the first official one as part of the pre-season of the 2023 championship. As you know, we started a couple of weeks ago with some racing practice, actually, in order to give and understand what is the level of the drivers for the next season, try to divide into splits and what are the different levels of driving of new drivers, and actually also the more experienced drivers that we have in our league. So today we are Daytona, and this is the pinnacle of the motorsport in US. As you know, this preseason is focused mainly on the US tracks and US race cars. You see that we actually have 4 options for the Group 3 cars that we are racing today. Have the Ford Mustang, Ford GT, the Corvette, which I don't see anyone on the list. So let's see how the guys are managing with this track. This is not a new track for our drivers. Actually, this track was the one in the Gran final race of the last 2022 season that we did on live. 14 drivers in front of an audience. And I also just give me a second. I think I forgot to send the link, so just send the link for our team. Give me a second. Okay, so here you are. We are already live. Link was sent to the group, to the WhatsApp group. So guys, you want to hear me do some gibberish in English here, so please go ahead. So I think we are ready to start today. As I say, we are in Daytona, Group 3 US cars, and I think we have can give the green light to start the qualifying. We have 10 minutes qualifying. I will give a little bit of details about the race conditions. It's a little bit of extreme, I admit, but I like to push our drivers to the end. They are already quite experienced with my crazy race conditions, so I believe they will be okay. So let's give the green light to start the qualifying in a couple of seconds. Give a little minute just to everyone to set the cars. We have 12 drivers today. One driver. Yes, okay. Actually, we have a very good level of driving here. I will give a little bit of details of each one of the drivers. Some of them very experienced, some of them quite new. So I believe it will be a very nice and very entertaining race. Okay, so let's start the race right now. Okay, have a good race, and of course good luck to everyone in our 5th round of the 2023 preseason. Okay, so we are now going ahead with the qualifying. Okay, so some details about the race. We are talking about 12 laps. Just put, I will put in a spectate mood in a second. Okay, this is it. So we are talking about 12 laps in Daytona road course track. Group 3 cars, US, of course, manufacturers. So we have, as I say, the Ford Mustang, the Ford GT, the Corvette. Those are, and the Dodge Viper, of course. I see some of them already in the track. The conditions are really extreme. We have the tires wear is multiply 15, and the fuel consumption is multiplied 10. It means that we are expecting at least 2 entries into the pits. There is no mandatory tire, so the drivers are free to choose whatever is the best for them. I think it will be very difficult to choose the soft tire because of the extensive wear of the tire, 15 as I said. With regards of the fuel, it's a very extreme fuel saving race. So I believe that some of those more experienced drivers will try to save as much as possible, but because this is a very fast track, as you see, we have the banked curves in the track, which is a part of the oval track of the Daytona. Those are very fast. It's a very fast track, so try to save a little bit. Too much fuel actually results in a relatively low speed. So we have the first bunch of drivers hitting the outlap and started the first flying lap. We see Amit Shuker is in first position, try to do his best in the first flying lap. Let's see what are the tires that they choose. As I'd say, the option of using the soft tires during the race will be very difficult. As you see, they already start to be worn. Even without completing the first lap, so will be very difficult for the less experienced driver to try to manage the tires, in particular in this track. So we have at the top we have Adi. If you remember, Adi is the winner of split, the second split of Split B in our last 2022 championship, and actually was the runner-up of the grand final race in this particular track using the Group 3 cars. At that time he used the Toyota Supra, so let's see how he's managed this track with the Ford Mustang with a very nice livery, I must say. Behind Adi we have Dima Shapira, also a new driver, which is actually doing a very good performance the last couple of races, at least those that he participated. So he took place a couple of good races, and he hopes he will have a very good performance here in this race. We have Amit Shuker, as I say, Moti, which, as I say, this is the nemesis for Moti, this track. Last time when he participated in the final, he had a very bad, very awful race, I must say. He finished 10, so actually he missed the championship just because of that, for a couple of points. So let's see how Moti's managed this track this time, with less pressure of having the audience behind him and the other drivers next to him. I believe that that Moti will do a very good performance here today. Dorbazak, also a new driver. He's doing ups and downs in different last couple different races. So let's see, he's managed with a very good time. Actually, he's managed to do the second time. He's a very good in time setting sessions. So we'll see a very good. Actually, he took once pole position. I think 2 races ago, he took the pole position. Unfortunately, at the beginning, had a very bad start. So, but I know that Dor is a very good time setter during qualifying. Now we have Chaim Kleberman, also one of the participants in the Grand Final. He did a very good performance in that race. He's very strong in this track. Again, at that time he used to drive the Toyota Supra, but this time now he's back in pits and is with the Ford Mustang. Erez Ashtamker is back, guys, so beware that one of the finalists of last Grand Final is also here. Although he has not the best performance that time, but I know Erez is also one of the best drivers in qualifying. So I hope that he will have a very good performance here today. Amit Chuker with spot. We have Aviram Toby, the runner-up in the first season of the 2021. So he's in the Viper. It's a very strong car in the straight line. I'm not sure about his performance on the in part of the track. Right now we have Moti setting the fastest lap with 1:45.2, a very good time in this track. Andre with the Ford GT, with an ace as usual, with the best livery in the track. Didn't have a good performance. Is, by the way, one of the finalists of last Grand Final. This time, let's see how he's managing this track. As again, it's not an easy track for everyone. It's a very fast one, but the second part of the second sector, or the first sector, say, which is the inner part of the track, is a little bit tricky. So let's see how he's managing with that. Dimitri, also one of the drivers that is, I think, improving exponentially, which I believe he's going to give a lot of surprises in the next season. In Group B, I'm not sure he's ready for Split A, for the higher, for the most experienced drivers, but I believe that he's going to do a very good performance next season in Split B. Roy Maimon, one of the new drivers as well, have a very good performance in a couple of races. I think round 2, round 3 was very good for him. He's with the Dodge Viper. We are 7.5 minutes into the qualifying. We still have another 2.5-3 minutes of qualifying. For the moment, we have Moti in the pole position. At the second place, Dorbazak, as I say, he's a very good in qualifying in third position. Haim in 4, Shapira in P5, Erez P6. Very good. He's trying to see what is how lasts this race, soft tires are, how long these soft tires are lasting. As I see, it's not more than 3-4 laps, so be aware of that, because as I say, the tire wear is very high. Udi, I forgot about Udi. Udi Baruch is the runner-up of Split C in last season, and he's now with a place already safe for him in Split B for next year. He's giving the space for the drivers coming behind. Has a penalty 1.5. We will take one of the drivers and try to follow him to explain a little bit about this track with his features. Probably we'll do it with Moti, which is in the last sector of the track, coming into the bank part of the oval of the oval track, or the part of the oval track in the So for the moment he's trying to improve. It doesn't improve too much. Actually not improve, is below 0.2 seconds. We have half a minute before ending of the qualifying. So I think all the drivers are already trying to bring the cars home into the pits, preparing themselves for the race. As I say, 12 laps, tire wear 15, fuel consumption multiplied by 10. So will be very extreme conditions for this race. I believe that Moti, as one of the most experienced strategist in the race, he will have a very good performance. But again, as I said, this track is the nemesis for Moti, so I hope that he will do a very good performance. Okay, so we are done. 10 minutes are off, and we are waiting for the last drivers to finish their qualifying session. We're going to start immediately after the drivers will change to the desired tire for the start. Some of them will choose to go for the hard tire at the beginning and do a long stint, but again, don't forget that the fuel is also a very good and important factor here that probably will limit the extent of the stints that these players or these drivers would like to do with the hard tire. Medium tire also will be a good option, and of course the soft will give you a very fast speed probably till the end, for those that will try to save a little bit more fuel. Okay, so we are starting in 1 minute, just to give the drivers to change the tires and be ready for the race. So 12 laps, Daytona International Speedway, the road course track. We have of course two layouts of this track in the game. We have the oval circuit and the road course, and this is the one that we are having today. This is the 5th round. We are still out. We still have another 2 rounds. The next one, Trial Mountain. Let's see if we have enough time. Probably we'll do it today. The Trial Mountain reverse course in Group 4, and we will going to finish the preseason with the quite new track of Atlanta, probably in a week time. So 30 seconds to start, guys. Please be ready with your tires. It will be interesting. It's a rolling start. This is a track that is actually very easy to start in rolling start rather than a starting grid. Okay, so we're starting now. Have a good race and good luck. And we start. So here we go. The 5th round of the preseason 2023 championship is about to start. It's a rolling start in which we have Moti, Adi, Dor. Let's see if I can manage to hit all the drivers. Yes, so we have Moti, Adi, Dor in P3, Andre in P4, Haim in P5, Shapira P6, Eres in P7, Udi P8, Amit Shuker in P9, Dima in the 10th position, behind him Roy Maimun at 11, and the last one is Aviram in P12. And again I'm missing with the same problem, and then we are the red lights are off, and Adi is very fast behind Moti. As I'd say, it's a very, let's see which Moti has been in the front, is trying to get a little bit more of running out or running away of the drivers using the soft tires. Behind him also Adi with the soft tires, very close to him. Behind him is Dor. I think we have a very good start. Oh, I think we have a spinner there. I think he's I think it's Shapira is spinning around. Now we're in last position. Moti again is trying to run away, but Adi, I know he's a very fast driver. He's very close to him. Also in the soft tires behind him. Dorbasak trying to keep the pace in the medium tires. All the drivers are keeping their position. Jaime with the medium tires, and Ares move up 2 positions from the 7th to 5th. He's also with the soft tires. Odi with the soft tires. I think the strategy is he's trying to be as fast as possible at the beginning. We see now Ares is very close to Jaime in the slipstream. We have a very, very good slipstream here. Don't forget that Ares have a soft tires and try to have the overtake from the inner part, but it's not. He's going to wait close to the, I think it's attached over there. Jaime with the overtaking the bus stop and move Dorbasak out of the track a little bit. So we need to see that after the race. Have a very good race and very good fight here between Ares and Jaime. Don't forget that Ares now is overtaking from the outside in the bank from behind. Udi is very fast and is taking also Jaime, which is with the last with the slower tire. Everyone coming into the first corner. Ares is taking a very good performance by Ares. By the way, is moving from 7th to 3rd. We have the two Moti and Adi, which is trying to run away from the pack. They're already about 1.6 seconds ahead of Ares, which is trying to match the pace and try to close the gap. He's already behind him and closed the gap by 0.4 seconds. Very good pace of Ares, well done. Jaime behind him is trying to keep his place and fighting with Udi, which has the most preferred tires. Behind him, Amit is overtaking Udi, also with with the medium tires. Actually, very good performance, but Amit is going moving up a couple of positions now in P5. Udi behind him is trying to keep the pace and close the gap. He doesn't want to leave him too much behind him. Dorbasak is trying to keep and close the gap. What happened there? Andrei and Dima very close. Something is wrong with Udi. Probably he's trying to save a little bit of fuel. He's now in P9. What a race we have in the back part of the race. Very close one between Andrei, Dorbasak, Amit, and Udi. Jaime is in a little bit running away from that pack. Ares is already closing the gap. Something happened over there. Whoa! This was Dorbasak. I think was yes, too fast in that corner. So let's move a bit to the leaders. Moti is keeping the place in first position, trying to move away. I think he's saving a little bit more fuel than the others. We see that Ares is losing control, and he loses control at the end of to push too hard on the exit of that corner, and he loses place now in P9. Wow, that's bad for Ares. We had a very excellent performance moving from P7 to P3. Now Jaime is in P3, but very far away from the others, from the leaders, which are Moti and Adi. Adi is a little bit behind. We see Moti is trying to save the tires a little bit more. Actually succeeding in doing that. We see the difference between the tires. It means that this is very much Adi is a little bit more aggressive on the gears, aggressive on the exits. This is why we have a little bit of difference in the tire wear between Moti and Adi. I think the intention here is to do a long stint. They're already finishing the third lap on the softs. Adi is closing the gap very fast to Moti. He's trying to keep the pace and sitting behind him into the slipstream, trying to save a little bit of fuel and trying to sell a little bit of tires. Behind him, Time is trying to close the gap. He's seen already. Not so far from him, 3.2 seconds behind him. The Andre is moving up a good position, but now is moving into the grass and losing the position to Dima. Well done, Dima, which started from the back and move out and move up a couple of positions now in P4 with the medium tires. It's a little bit more of advantage. However, don't forget that the fuel is going to manage when and how these drivers are going to enter the pit. Andre in P5, Aviram, we started in P12, is now moving up into P6. Well done for Aviram. Amit Chukir in P7. And actually we have lost, we see Erez with the fast lap, but unfortunately in the almost last place, he lost a lot of ground with that spinning in the previous lap. Let's see how this is going when he started. I see that he already entered into the pits. We missed that thing also. Roy Maimon already has his first stop. The rest of the drivers, something happened here. We have a red, I think Aviram is, yes, Aviram is in the grass. He's trying to enter. Well done for Aviram, very sportive, that re-enter into the track. We have the first, the leaders are already in the pits. To change, we see a little bit of the difference of the in the fuel. That we have Moti with 15%, a little bit more than Adi with 12%, and Hyman 7%. Also the same for Dima. Shapira with 0, also for Udi. Put the car to the must end with regards of the fuel. Let's see if Andre is going to do the uppercut and close the gap by having a little bit of more of fuel and very good actually conditions of his tires. When we are talking about the uppercut, it's mean that the driver is taking the advantage of the others entering into the pits and try to have a clear track to move as fast as possible and close the gap and close a time. Let's see now that Andre will enter into the pits, how much time he gain in this with this exercise. I don't think it will be too much, but probably we'll see Andre coming back into 4th or 5th position behind Haim. Let's see Moti's coming out to the pits with the medium tires. Adi with the soft tires is trying to do another long stint with the soft. I think it's a little bit of risk. I don't think he will. These tires, and particularly the fuel, is going to last for additional 7 laps until the end. However, for Moti, probably that's the situation. He's managing well the fuel and the tires. He can go into the long stint with medium tires up to until the end. Let's see if he's managing with the fuel. Now Andre is in the pits, while we are seeing the other drivers already coming to the bank part of the oval. After already the bus stop, so I believe in the distance. I don't think how much time Andre did with the uppercut, which I don't think it worked for him. Let's see. For the moment, Adi is trying to catch Moti. The difference between the tires is obvious because Adi is with the soft tires and Moti with the medium. That the question here is how much fuel Adi is going to waste trying to catch Moti. In the back, I think Haim closed the gap at about almost a second with the medium tires in comparison to Adi. So well done for Haim. He has a good pace. Erez, which is already have entered the pits, is now up into 4th position, but don't forget that he probably will have to enter a little bit earlier than the others. So the question is how fast Erez will close the gap and of course keep Dima at bay behind him. Dima is doing a very good performance and have a good pace actually in the first part of the race. We are hitting the half of the race, 6 laps behind us, 6 laps to go. Let's see how long this fuel is going to serve Eres in his second stint. Let's see what is going on in this good fight between Adi and Moti. Moti has a little bit more fuel than Adi, but Adi is very fast behind him. He's now trying to use the slipstream. He's already back him and try to go into the inner part, into the inside, and he overtake him just before the first turn. Now they will try to pull away from Moti in first place. Again, don't forget that Adi is with the preferred tires, with the soft tires, although the wears which are already worn in comparison to the medium behind. Haim is trying to close the gap and use the advantage of the fight between these two at the lead, and he's already closed the gap for additional 0.1 seconds. So let's see how this works for Haim with this fight between the two leaders. As we see, there is a clear advantage of the Ford Mustang in comparison to the other cars. Is the preferred car not only in terms of handling but also in terms of fuel consumption and tire wear. Although there are other much faster cars, in my opinion, the Ford GT is much faster than the Mustang, but because of the high fuel consumption, in particular the high tire wear, this was not the chosen car for this race. Eres still keeping the 4th position, but now he needs to go into the pits for his second stint. Let's see how this work for him. Now he's going. We'll have the last five laps of the race. So let's see which tires is going to exit the pit, because the other drivers behind him also need to get into the pits. Still having the fastest lap. Well done for Eres. We are missing Dima. Dima is far behind in 5th position when he was very close to Eres. Something happened to Dima. In the meanwhile, Eres getting to the pits with 0% fuel. Let's see in which position he's going to exit, and of course looking forward into when these drivers need to go into the pits. Ari is keeping the position and is pulling away from Moti, which is now 2.8 seconds away, and Haim is very close into the bumper of Moti. But we have a little bit of difference into in the fuel. I don't think that the fuel is going to last for to Moti for the last 4 laps. As I say, it's very extreme condition. Adi, I think he has 1 lap. Although it will be very, very risky to go into 1 additional lap with these tires. We see the left front wheel is already almost worn, completely worn. So let's see what will be this decision, whether it is going to do the undercut and get into the pits a little bit earlier and try to get fresh tires for the last stint, or to last another. He's already pulled away more than 3 seconds out of away of Moti. Behind him, Haim is very close. Let's see. Yes, we have Adi getting to the pits, trying to make the change. Moti and Haim with the race of their own. Haim getting to the pits also to change for more fresh tires. I don't think it is going to work for Moti, although he has a very clear track now. He will try to put away and do a little bit more of time, but he still needs to have to go into the pits and fill some fuel. He has around 10% of fuel, 15% of fuel now lasts for this last stint. Adi is going to exit, I believe, again into the soft tires for the last 3 laps, which is okay. Andre is now taking the second position. He's very surprising for Andre, which is taking now with the hard compound and is ahead of Adi. But don't forget, we have Adi and Haim both on soft tires, fresh tires, and Andre with the hard tires. It will last. The fuel is going to last for till the end of the race. The question: how long is going to keep these two fast guys away? When Adi is already closing the gap to close to 1 second behind him. In the front, Moti is pulling away now, is passing the bus stop, coming into the last sector of the track. Let's see, he needs to go into the pits. The fuel is already... He has no fuel. He has no fuel, just the last drops of fuel for him to get into the pits. Let's see where Adi is coming out. He's already overtaking Andre in 3rd position. So the question, where Adi, if it is undercut, is working for him again. The undercut will work in case a leader is or a driver is coming earlier than the others and try to go out with fresher tires and try to use the time that he gained with the fresher tire in comparison to the other drivers which already have worn tires. This is what we call the undercut, coming from behind and try to close and overtake when the others are in the pits. And see, Adi is now coming out. Where is Moti? Moti is still filling fuel. Andres in the 2nd position, and we don't see Moti anywhere. Moti is now coming out of the pits behind Haim. Haim is now in the fight and is overtaking from inside, overtaking Andre from inside. Andres in the 3rd position, a little bit with the hard tires. The track is a little bit tricky to handle this car. Moti with the soft tires is overtaking very easily now with the fight between the 3 drivers, Adi, Haim and Moti. Excuse me. To the lead of the race. Will be very difficult to overtake Haim. We know that's a very difficult driver to overtake, but we know also that Moti is very fast from behind. He's sitting very close to him already in the slipstream. 0.6 seconds between them, just before the bus stop. In the meanwhile, Andre falling to the 4th position. Erez improved very much from last position into P5. I don't think it will have enough time to close the gap and catch Andre. But let's see. Oh, what's happened with Hyman? That's something happened here in the bus stop. A very aggressive overtaking. We need to see that again. We missed that part. I hope that after the race we'll be able to we see that Moti has a damage in the back part while Haim has in the front. Probably during the overtaking Haim touch a little bit Moti. So that give Erez the 2nd position. I don't see Andre lose the position because, whoa, what happened? Where is he? Hit the barrier at the P. That's bad luck. 1.5 second penalty just for hitting the track. And surprisingly, Dima is now in P3. Haim is in P4. Moti in P2. Very far away from Adi, which is closing. And very closing. Is very close to finish in P1. Very good race for Adi. We need to see what happened between Moti and Haim in that entrance into the bus stop, because both drivers lose positions here. Dima in P3 use the bad luck of Erez that hit the wall at the entrance of first turn. Haim in P5. Probably after Erez will pay his penalty, he's going to move up into P4. Very bad luck for him. Did a good performance. Shapira is moving up to P6. Andrei falling behind in P7. Probably was a matter of fuel that he couldn't manage the fuel till the end, to the last two drops. Uri in P8 with a fight of his own with Dorbazak and Amit Shuker. Aviram behind all of them in P11, and Roy Maimon, well done for the sportiveness. For the sportsmanship, is behind everyone in P12. Let's see what is going on at the front. Adi still pulling away, coming into the first turn of last lap. Moti 12 seconds behind. Dima in P3. Well done for Dima. Very good performance. Haim taking up the 4th position after Eres paying the penalty, also giving the position, the P5, to Shapira. Well done. Good race for Shapira, although at the beginning was a little bit complicated and a little bit of trouble for him. So it seems that he's going to finish and end this way. I don't see... Well, we have a little bit of chance for him to catch Dima, although we see his tires already worn, completely worn, the front tires in particular, but he's just far away, 1.7 seconds from Dima. Let's see this last sector. I don't think Jaime will able to catch. In the meanwhile, Adi is coming into the last sector, entering to the bus stop, finishing the race. Again, very good race for Adi, as he's shown in the Grand Final, finishing second after Ofek, the winner of the championship, behind Moti in P2. I don't think that even after the incident with him, he could manage to catch Adi, just because of that enter into the pits. And Adi is the winner of round 5. Well done for them, almost with totally empty tank fuel. Moti in second position. Dima is in P3 and managed to keep Haim behind him. Haim in 4th position. Well done. Very good race also for Shapira. Andrei, he could have managed a little bit more better in trying to manage the field. Something happened to Eres, because of that entrance into the pits, is falling behind into P9. Udi P7. Dorbazak in P8. Well done for Dor. Eres is without fuel. That's the reason why he could finish P10, and Aviram just overtaking him in the finishing line. So well done for Aviram. Eres, a little bit of bad fuel management. Roy Maimon in P11, and behind him, also without any fuel, is Amit Shuker trying to finish. He's in the last sector, finishing in last position. As I said, the fuel played a key role here in this race. It was very hard for some of them to try to manage the field. Even for the most experienced drivers, it will be very difficult to manage the fuel. Adi, as I say, well done, first place. Moti second. In P2, we still have Eres with the fastest lap with 1:45.1. Well done, Dima. Well done for Dima. I'm very happy for him that at last is finishing in the podium. P3 for Dima. Haim with that incident with Moti could have finished in P3 or P2. We need to see what happened there at the entrance of the bus stop. Shapira with good performance. Andrei, better management of the fuel for next time. The same for Udi. Dorbazak, a little bit of bad luck at the beginning. He started in P3 and finished in P8. Good performance also for Aviram, moving from P12 up to P9. Eres with very good performance at the beginning, but again, bad fuel management, bring him down to P10. Roy Maimon the same. and Amit Shuker that he already left the race in P12 just because of the fuel. So time is 9:43. Probably we'll have time to do another race, the round 6 with these drivers. Let's see if there is any objection to move into the next race, or we can do and see the highlights of the last race. So well done for Adi. He's very good in this race. First of all, let's save the replay. Okay, and see what is going on with these guys. Okay. אוקיי, חברים, אתם בשידור. טוב, יפה, מרוץ יפה. היה שידור, בוודאי שהיה שידור, ועוד באנגלית. אני מקווה שמאוד שזה הלך לי, למרות שאנחנו פה בשידור. טוב. זה עניין של הרגל, כמו שבהתחלה לא הלך כל כך אפילו בעברית, אז נתרגל לאט לאט באנגלית גם, עד שתצא טוב. לא, אנגלית טובה, אבל שוב, לשלב את הדברים ואת כל המושגים זה היה קצת... אבל בסדר, צריך להתרגל לזה. טוב, יפה מאוד, דימה, כל הכבוד, סוף סוף פודיום. יפה מאוד. מה זה, עכשיו אתה שומע? טוב. יופי, עדי, כל הכבוד, תמיד אתה מפתיע במסלול הזה, וצריך להסתכל שם מה קרה בין מוטי לחיים בפנייה לפני האחרונה. לא יודע, גם לא יודע אם חיים נמצא. השאלה מה המצב שלכם, האם אתם מוכנים לראות מרוץ או שנדחה את זה אולי ליום שלישי? כי האמת אני יודע קצת...
לא, אני לא יכול ביום רביעי, ביום שלישי אני יכול, האמת שבסך הכל אני, אתה יודע, אני לא יודע, עליתי סתם עם הרכב הזה ולקחתי את הצ'אנס, נראה לי שהייתי שמיני, סיימתי שביעי, אני לא יודע אם אני אעשה יותר טוב, לא יודע אם יש לי מה לשפר, אבל יכול להיות שכן, אולי נתאמן עם אותו אחר בינתיים
כן.
מסלול אחר?
כן, 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 זה מסלול אחר, בעצם המסלול של ה...
מאונטן טרייל? או אטלנטה?
לא, זה טרייל מאונטן. טרייל מאונטן גרופ 4.
תמות נפשי עם פלישתים והמסלול הזה ביחד.
וזה עוד מסלול הפוך.
תודה רבה, מיגל.
עוד יותר גרוע.
לא יודע אם יותר גרוע, לי זה יותר טוב, אולי להם ילך גרוע, ואז אתה יודע, נתקזז אולי.
טוב, בסדר.
יאללה, אני בעד.
טוב, נראה מה יגידו פה אחר ואנחנו רוצים.
כן.
כן. כן, 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 לא, אני לא אתחיל מיד, אל תדאגו. בוא, אני שואל בקבוצה קודם כל. מי זה, חיים? מה כבד לך? אתה זה. לא, אני גם מסתכל פה רגע. יש לי פה בבית אישה עם קורונה, אז אני צריך לראות מה קורה איתה. כן, בגלל זה אני קצת התלבטתי אם לעשות את זה. עשיתי מרק. צריך להגיש את זה. תשמעו חבר'ה, אנחנו נדחה את זה ליום שלישי. אני מתנצל, נדחה את זה ביום שלישי, אם זה בסדר. כן, אני אוציא הודעה... רגע, אני אוציא הודעה... ואז יישאר לנו מרוץ אחד. מי שרוצה לעשות עוד מרוץ פה של דייטונה עוד פעם, מוזמן. אבל אני רואה שהרבה חבר'ה כבר יצאו, אז אין טעם. כן, כולם רוצים. לא, האמת אני לא יכול להמשיך, באמת שאני לא... שנייה רגע. חכו רגע, אני אשים בודק מה המצב בבית. תכף אני בא.
לא נראה לי. fair deep too. זה לא בשידור הצ'אט. שידור בלייב? לא נראה לי.
טוב, חברים, אני לא יכול להמשיך היום. אני יודע שאני בשידור. אני לא יכול להמשיך עכשיו, באמת האישה לא מרגישה טוב, אז אנחנו נסגור את הערב היום, מקסימום אולי נתחבר אחר כך למשהו אחר. בינתיים נשאיר את המרוץ ליום שלישי, סבב מספר 6, אני אוציא הודעה. ואז יש לנו מרוץ אחד אחרון, שזה מרוץ מיוחד באטלנטה נראה. בסדר? יאללה חברים, תודה רבה, לילה טוב. נדבר, היה אחלה מרוץ, ביי. Okay, so this is it for today, and I hope that you have I hope first of all that the streaming was okay, although this is the first time that I'm doing in English. Of course, we'll try to improve a little bit of the enthusiasm that I have regularly when I'm streaming in Hebrew. But first of all, we have a very good race. Of course, we'll try to look into that incident between Chaim and Moti and a couple of others at the beginning of the race to see if there was a room for any kind of a penalty or not. Although, and of course, we're going to publish in the group the results of this race, and of course the accumulated results from the previous race, which is already in place. Unfortunately, couldn't have the time to do that. So that's it for today. Unfortunately, we have a very short stream today. We are going to have our 6th round out of 7 of the preseason already next Tuesday. At the same time, will be Trial Mountain reverse course in the Group 4 cars. Again, US manufacturers. So this will be one of the first times that we are going to do that track on the reverse layout. A very interesting one. We have this track already last time with the Group 3 cars, but the original layout. So let's see how the drivers are going to manage that. I promise not to kill them with the fuel and the tire wear, so I hope it will be a much easier and light race. And we're missing only one race that I will try to do as early as possible next week. Will be the Road Atlanta with a very unique car Again, a manufacturer, US manufacturer, a US car, but a very unique one, and there will be a one make for everyone. So so let's hope that it was there was a good stream today, and I will try to give a little bit more details about the esport Peace Games event, which is due to be in Tel Aviv end of this month, bringing players, gaming players from 5 different countries, which are part of the Abraham Accords between Israel and some Arab countries. So we'll see gamers from the Emirates, from Morocco, from Bahrain, and probably from Jordan, the Palestinian Authority, and of course Israel. So we'll see a couple of good players, not only on simulators, which is actually a very small part of that event, but of course we're going to have a representative, which is Ariel Kaduri, our runner-up of the 2022 championship, representing Israel in the simulator event, running Gran Turismo. We're going to work on the details of that event, which is of course going to be part of a huge event. Everyone is invited. Of course, we'll give more details during the course of the month in our Facebook, also with our sponsors, the Sim Solutions GTIL, which is a sponsor, the main sponsorship of our Gran Turismo League. So guys, thank you very much. Have a good evening, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.